Hi everyone, Cliff Powys here, Senior Deputy at Powys at State School. I'm joined by Liz Watt, the Deputy Principal for the Prep to Grade 2s, and we're just having a conversation about the age-appropriate pedagogies that's happening in our Preps to Grade 2s. Liz, you've been on your classroom observations. What have you noticed about age-appropriate pedagogies in the classroom?
What I'm really seeing is that the children are highly engaged in their learning. They're having much more ownership over what they're doing in their learning, and they're starting to really show some great improvements in not just their reading but in their writing as well. So our prep children are well and truly ready for reading. They've learnt all their jolly phonics sounds now, and they're starting to apply those in their writing activities, particularly in their last English unit where they had to retell a story around the Three Little Pigs, and they were able to decide on how they were going to present that retell. So the classes have decided that they would make the houses, they would make puppets to tell the story, and then they acted it out themselves.
Yeah, nice.
And so that ownership has really given them the motivation and enthusiasm for the learning, and they're able to show it in their own way.
Right.
So it's really been very rewarding to see that.
Excellent. Now, I know, and most of parents know as well, that reading is our big focus here at Powys for this year, and we've really been concentrating on our A and B students when it comes to English. Can you tell me a little bit about how age-appropriate pedagogies have been fitting into that?
It's been giving the students with that creative spark and the little sense of ownership of what they are choosing instead of it being a one-size-fit-all. So that's allowing those children to bubble up and really demonstrate what they're able to do. So between creative, the scaffolded learning, learner-focused, it's all adding to their opportunity to be able to demonstrate exactly what they know and what they can do.
That's right, and that component's very important, that ability to not only for kids to demonstrate their learning, but then constantly revisiting it so that they get that opportunity to practice.
Yeah. I've also been visiting the Year 1 classrooms.
Oh, yes.
And they've been doing a lot of work getting their thinking organised for the QAR strategies.
Okay.
And of course QAR is question, answer, relationship.
Yeah.
And they've been looking at the signal words in the questions. The who, what, where, when, why and how, and they've been determining the types of questions that those signal words are asking them to think about. So if it's a who or a what, it's usually an in the book question. It's quite easy to find. If it's a why question or a what do you think about something, then it's asking them for what's in their head. They have to come up with the answer for their head, from their head. And that relates to QAR, as in the book is the right there, think and search questions.
Yes.
The in my head thinking is author and me and on my own. Because as soon as I'm asked to think of something that's not actually in the book, if I have to give an opinion and I have to justify that opinion, then I've got to think about that on my own. So the children are starting to appreciate that, yes, it can be an individual answer, but it also has to relate back to what they read in the book and match something that's come from the book.
Excellent. And that's that A and B higher order thinking.
Absolutely, yeah.
Excellent.
And of course we've still got the majority of our children just getting their head around the use of those words, identifying that, oh, it's in the book, oh, it's in my head, and working through that right there, think and search. While they master that, and then as a whole class they're doing the author and me sort of thinking there, So it's been really exciting to hear the children easily, because they use these Power Pop sticks and they identify what thinking they're going to be doing, and then they talk about it. So there's highlighting, there's talking, then they come up with their answer, and then they're practicing writing that and learning that their answer has to be more than just a one-word response.
Excellent.
So yeah, it's quite exciting to see the children doing that right across the Year 1s.
That's great. Thank you, Mrs. Watt, and I hope that gave you guys a bit of an insight into some of the great things that are happening in Prep to Grade 2 around age-appropriate pedagogies and reading improvement at Powys State School.
Thank you.